you clicked on this video, you already know what you're looking for, which is Hunt Showdown 1896 worth the money? For those of you who don't know, Hunt Showdown 1896 released a day ago, and it is currently for free this weekend. Anyone can play it on, I believe, PC, Xbox, or PlayStation. And it's also on sale on these consoles as well. However, if you check on Steam, a lot of the reviews are mostly negative as of recent. Let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly, and should you buy Hunt Showdown? Right off the bat, I'll tell you absolutely unequivocally, yes, you should buy Hunt Showdown 1896. This game is fantastic. Yes, there are some issues because this is a fresh launch, a new engine. This is an engine upgrade from the previous version of Hunt. For those of you that have heard of Hunt and know of it, they upgraded the engine, and so there are some kinks that they're working out. However, this game is fantastic. It will be fantastic. Give it 60 to 90 days. And so since it's on sale, I would definitely take the opportunity to play it while it's free and pick it up now before the cost increases again. Getting into the things that matter, because what you're going to ask first off is, okay, well, why should I buy it? The number one is the gameplay. I would rate the gameplay loop of Hunt a 10 out of 10. It is so fun. It's an extraction shooter unlike any other. In this update, the developer Crytek has made many quality of life improvements to reduce kind of the grind. They've made it easier to unlock weapons and to experiment with weapons, and the gameplay loop for Hunt is probably the best it's ever been. The next thing is, as a new player, you might notice the map that is currently around is being advertised as a new map. That's because it is. The new map, set in Colorado, named Mammon's Gulch, is probably the best map ever released on Hunt out of the 3 maps that the game currently has. The map is so much fun, and if you're a new player, you get to learn the map just like the rest of us. The other maps have been removed from the game while the developer improves them on the back end and makes quality of life changes to bring them up to the same quality that the new map is on. This is really exciting if you're a new player, because you're going to get 4 maps in a staggered period over the next year or so that are all very high quality and beloved by the community and improved, and so you get to learn these maps also with veterans of the game who have not been able to play them as they've been updated. I can't state this enough. This map is incredible. When I was playing yesterday, I honestly was almost speechless with how expansive and immersive this map is. And the old maps are all great, and they're very, very fun as well, but they're definitely a league below right now where this map is, and I'm very excited for what is to come, because we're going to have 4 very high-quality maps. If the development team applies the same thought process they did on this map as they revamped the old maps, we're going to have a fantastic environment to play this game over the next few years. So at this point, you might be asking, the gameplay loop is great, the map is great, the weapons are great, what's the issue? Before we get into the issues, I just want to say, yes, there are issues, but Crytek is really good at fixing issues. This was a passion of love. This project was from the start. Hunt was. It was never meant to be this big, and it's grown, and they have cultivated this growth over the last few years. They are receptive to the feedback they get from the community, and I do not doubt that all the issues I'm about to go into will be addressed with them over the coming weeks. Well, the reason it's being review bombed is because Crytek just updated the UI. They did a complete UI overhaul on the launch of this game, and it is causing a lot of issues with the PC community. For those of you that don't know, a little bit of background, Hunt was initially released only on PC, and it was ported to console, and so the old UI was very PC-centric, and it worked well on console, but it also was a little reductive from where it could have been. Without giving us any testing or ability to see, Crytek has released this new UI, and it's definitely been some of a sticker shock for the community. Personally, if I was to rank the old and new UIs, I would rank the old UI at about a 7 or 8 out of 10, and I would rank the current UI at about a 5 or 6 out of 10, with the qualification that the new UI has way more potential to be a 10 out of 10 than the old UI. The new UI is not nearly as bad. It's definitely a sticker shock. It's not nearly as bad. It's not worth all the review bombing that it's getting, and I definitely think that give it 30 days to 90 days, it's going to improve. They're going to take community feedback, and we're going to have a UI that is much, much better than what it was before. I really do believe this UI has way more potential to be a 10 out of 10 UI than the previous UI. Hey guys, this is Zane from the future. While I was making this video, Crytek put out a video of their own where they already said they're aware of the issues, they're taking the feedback honestly, and they're going to be putting out a hot fix specifically for the UI. Now, I hope there's other things in there, like the frame issues, but at a minimum, this shows how devoted this developer is to this game, and I'm telling you, rest easy knowing every issue will be resolved. The last issue that's affecting a lot of people is there are some frame rate issues. So again, this is a new engine. It comes with new bugs, new things that affects hardware. And so console, you're not getting 60 FPS all the time. It definitely is set to 60, but there are graphical drops, especially when you get into fights. And the same thing is happening on PC. That is obviously a big deal. I think they need to fix that as fast as possible because I think it definitely hurts the potential this game could have. The numbers on Steam were at an all-time high, and so I definitely think they need to fix this ASAP. What I will say for console players specifically, the game has never looked better. If you were to play the old Hunt, it was, you know, almost pixelated boxes in some sense. That's being a bit facetious, but you get the point. It was low quality, and they have totally used the hardware of the consoles to push the quality. Again, they do have some stuff they have to figure out. The quality might drop a little bit when we get to the final stable game. Most fights are good, but you definitely feel stutters and frame drops when they happen. I wish it wasn't so. Like I said, give it 30 to 90 days. They've already said that they're aware of this, and I'm sure they're going to come out with a fix for it as soon as possible. Kind of on this same note, there are some visual bugs. You know, lighting doesn't work right all the time. There are flares in this game, and so flares might mess with your frames, or flares might be seen through walls. There are some things that are still a little weird. The shadows don't always work the way they should. Again, these are things that are going to be fixed. It's a new engine. Give it 30 to 90 days. It will be fixed. Last thing I'd say, and I think this mostly affects console players, if you play it and you go to the shooting range in this game to try and set your aim, what you will find is that your Y sensitivity is so low compared to your X sensitivity, and it doesn't really have a way to fix it. Looking at the settings, there's a setting called aim boost. Crytek removed aim boost's effect on the Y-axis in this update. They have said that they have already heard that the console community very much wants this back. They're going to add this in the next update, they've said. So I would anticipate, again, probably in the next 90 days, we'll get an update that will have this aim boost feature added back into it. That being said, you can still find aim that feels all right. Vertical aim is much less important than horizontal aim. This is why they removed it in the first place, to try and make it feel smoother. And so you can definitely find a good balance in the current game. The quick fix that Crytek has given is just to slightly increase your vertical sensitivity more than what you normally would. And so if you like your vertical and your horizontal set equal, you're going to put your vertical slightly higher than your horizontal because that aim boost is lower than normal. For you console people, I might have a video in the near future talking about console aim specifically, but we don't need to bog down the rest of the video with that. In short, this launch could have been better. I'd probably rate this launch about a 7 out of 10, but the goods of Hunt, the gameplay loop, and the map, I'd both rate 10 out of 10s. I'd rate the UI, like I said right now, probably a 5 or 6 out of 10, and I'd probably rate the frame issues the game currently has, you know, more like a 3 out of 10. So there definitely is room for improvement. I wish that the game would have launched with an engine that didn't have these certain stutters, but again, it's a big improvement over the previous game, and we are going to see this consistency continue to improve as the game matures. It's only been out for a day as of posting this video, so there is still room for improvement. So getting back to the original question, should you play this if it's free? Should you buy it if it's on sale? Should you buy it even if it's not on sale? I give you an unequivocal yes, you should. You will not regret it. The game is a blast, and it's only going to get better from here. This is a new engine that's going to give them a lot more bandwidth in the future, and now we should have an avenue to allow a ton of immediate growth in the near future. Parallel with this launch, Hunt has launched its latest event, the Scorched Earth event, which features new weapons and a new boss. So you can jump in right now and play this event and experience the new engine with a new battle pass with new guns and new bosses. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please drop a like, leave a comment, or subscribe, or do all three. Please share this video around. I'd love to get Hunt's player base as big as possible because all that does is help the game get bigger and better. Other than that, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the mountains.